Welcome back to another look at the earnings charts for this week. And it's actually a really big week. Yes, we're getting NVIDIA, so that makes it huge right there. But there's other phenomenal charts that are going to be happening this week with earnings from dozens of great companies, many of which are breaking out to new all-time highs. It's not just about NVIDIA this week. And I brought 5 phenomenal charts for you to take a look at that are, one is NVIDIA, but 4 others are not. Many of these busting out, and several of them have phenomenal earnings surprise track records. Let's see what they are. Okay, the first one out of the gate is, of course, NVIDIA. It has to be, right? It's got a great earnings surprise track record, just those 2 misses in 2022. And that is before the AI mania kind of took off last year in 2023. They've beat and raised 4 times in a row. Will they do it again? Can they do it again? For fiscal 2024, earnings expected to be up 269%. For a mega cap company like NVIDIA, that's almost unheard of. That's why everybody has the doubts about NVIDIA, because this really is unusual situation. But fiscal 2025 right now, analysts expect another 64% earnings growth. It has a forward PE of just 35. That's under its historic level of, the last several years at least. So is this overbought? Is it too hot to handle? We're going to have those questions answered this week. And of course, we're all going to be watching. The next company, though, that is going to be high on my list, and it should be on yours, is Builders First Source, ticker BLDR. And they're kind of like a Home Depot, but for the professional trade, for the builders themselves. Obviously, Builders First Source. That makes sense. But look at this chart. No misses in the last 5 years, which does still include the pandemic period. And so they've got this great, amazing earnings all-stars track record of beating. And now the stock is busting out to new all-time highs, up 125% in the last year. So you can see it's not just NVIDIA that is busting out. And I own Builders First Source in the Zacks Value Investor portfolio because it still has a PE even after this run of just 14. And earnings are actually on the decline. And why are they on the decline? Because we're building less. So earnings expected to be down 26% in 2023, but that's in the rearview mirror. But still expected to be down 6% in 2024. Because we're just building less home remodeling, less new home building. And so that's affecting Builders First Source and the amount of business that they're doing. But again, the stock is still cheap at 14 times. And now the street is pricing in a turnaround in those earnings as more building commences in the next year or two. So that's why the stock is running. But can it keep running? We're going to find out. Then we're going to switch over to another stock I've talked about on the podcast before, or on this video, before, and that's Intuit, INTU. And this also has an amazing earnings surprise track record, just that one miss in 2022, marring an otherwise perfect record. Shares did sell off with the rest of the market in 2022. They took the time out there, but trying to get back to those 2021 highs, very close. Shares up 62% in the last year. Earnings expected to be up 13.8% in fiscal 2024. So nice double-digit earnings growth, but shares are back to being expensive at 40 times forward earnings. Can they hold on to that kind of level? We're going to find out. Then we're switching over to leisure and hospitality with Booking Holdings. This was a big winner during the dot-com boom, and then not so much. You can see this long segment here of just kind of moving in the same narrow trading range, but in 2023, it did bust out of that. And now it's been going even higher to new all-time highs, up 51% in the last year. Only last miss was back here in 2020 when it missed twice. But obviously, that's when the pandemic started, and any of these online travel agencies had a lot of troubles, and Booking had to lay off about 25% of its employees back then. But now things are different. We're all back out traveling. The world is reopened. Earnings expected to be up 49% in this fiscal year, or 2023, and up another 20% in 2024. Now, I own Booking holdings in my own personal portfolio. I bought many years ago and kind of just held on even as the stock didn't do anything. So is this a breakout of an old-time growth stock? We're seeing it right now, but can it hold it? It's only trading at 21 times. So this is going to be one to watch this week. And then we're going to wrap it up with a stock I don't believe I've ever covered on these Earnings All Stars videos. Berkshire Hathaway, Warren Buffett, and this mega conglomerate. Ticker is brk.b on Zacks.com, and I think it's -B on Yahoo Finance, but it's got the weird little dot or dash in there. There is the A shares. This is the B shares. We're going to cover the B shares because you and I mostly are only buying the B shares. But Berkshire Hathaway also busting out to new highs. Now you can see it's been a little more challenged on the earnings side, but it still has beat 2 out of the last 4. And Berkshire Hathaway, surprisingly, is very lightly covered. It's just a mega cap conglomerate. It's very difficult for an analyst to cover this company because it's in so many different areas, and you kind of get pigeonholed, right? Like, it's just hard to actually cover this one. But we do have 2 estimates at Zacks. Earnings expected to be up 17% in 2023 and another 11% in 2024. Shares are actually up 32% in the last year. So even Warren Buffett's slow growing old economy, Berkshire Hathaway, busting out here, this too is a phenomenal chart. So as you can see, we started off with NVIDIA. We end up with Berkshire Hathaway. Both are busting out to new all-time highs. Only Intuit is not yet back to that 2021 highs, but it's close. Will it get there this earnings week, this report we're going to see? But as you can see, a lot going on this week. I consider this to be one of the most exciting weeks for earnings, actually, of the entire earnings season. So you don't want to miss a single one of these videos. Get them at Zacks.com/YouTube. I'll be tweeting them out. You can also get all the other charts because there's more than just these 5 that are also phenomenal this week. You can get those on my Twitter. Go to @TracyReinick, just my name on Twitter. I'll be tweeting them out over there. But be sure to get us somewhere, and I'll see you again next time on the Earnings All Stars.